Here, we make your MS Word document tables an active part of your presentation. As you developed your project, you might have muscled some geospatial data analyses processed through GIS software. You modified the land area polygons, integrated some slope and soils information as you considered precipitation and its timing to make determinations about suitable fisheries habitat. Well, that created SQL database records hidden behind your raster data sets. Now you need to write about it in a Word document, not just this GIS dataset. Or perhaps you included some economic data from the Federal Reserve Economic Databases, FRED, to put your records into a firm standing of cause and effect. You found the records to make your point and you calculated its effects. Make these data usable to everyone who wants to replicate it. The other report opportunity happened when you discovered a new approach to merchandise timber logs from trees based on their biometric growth patterns through time. You did the heavy lifting math studies and now you want to share it with the world. You need a table in your Word document to show what you have done. You did these activities and you want to include some or all of those records into your written report. Of course you can do it. But now we will learn how to integrate these tables into your document mechanics platform as you make them a strong part of your presentation. Here I am using one of those style sheets I introduced you to a couple of videos ago. Remember that Microsoft allocated headings 1, 2, 3 through 9, but I only showed you 1 through 3 so far. I used those bottom-of-the-line-up styles to house my tables, figures, and equation style sheets. These are part of my document, and by doing it this way, I can make my list of tables, list of figures, and list of equations super fast. In this video, I demonstrate only the creation of tables and their headings. We go back into the Pacific Lamprey Habitat Analysis report I introduced earlier to you. In this document, I have inserted a few tables to make them part of the discussion. With all tables, figures, and equations you display in your documents, it is important that you first introduce these data through your written text, then show the table or figure or equation. I will show you how to make this part of your style sheets first. In a subsequent video, I then show you how to make a reference to the item you created. I will assume that you have your table inserted into your Word document already. You can do this by using several means to open the table in Word, then move it into your active document. You might copy the contents to your clipboard, then paste it into your Word document. Or you might simply retype it manually into the table you create in Word. In this document, you will see how the table has been arranged. It is a table within Word. These are created from the Insert ribbon, Tables tab, then select the number of columns and rows. You might make your tables with a tab setting on the page. My recommendation is to make an abrupt stop and never do this again. Use the Table Insert settings from the Insert ribbon, Tables Controller. There are some tools to this device I will show you here. You want these tools to act on your behalf. You follow this route and select the parameters of the table. Most important is the number of columns, because adding an additional row happens with a tab click on the lower right cell. You will add more soon enough. Treat the top of this table as your column headings describing the data found below. Fill them with your result data, either manually entering it here or copy and paste the cells. Fill in your data. Position your mouse at the topmost row. Place the cursor in the text of this row. Right-click the mouse on this position and make a drop-down applet appear. Using the mouse, select Insert, then select Insert Rows above. This created a duplicate row at the top of the table. Now use the mouse to the upper left position of this row to make the mouse turn into a right-facing arrow to this row. Click it once and it selects the entire row. With this selected, move the mouse over the selected text and right-click, applet drop-down, and you select Merge Cells. As fast as that, you have a single row created at the top of the table. This is where your table title will appear. Type your title in this space, using only the text of the title. It should not be long, but it should be descriptive of what these data show. If I need to cite the data, I generally do it by adding a citation to the table's title. We will get into the citation stuff in a soon-to-come video. The table is complete, heading is in place, and I am ready for the style sheet to be applied. Place the cursor on the heading you wrote. It does not need to be selected, only placed in the paragraph. Take your mouse to the Home ribbon, Styles set. Use the lower right controller chevron to open all the style sheets you can access. But wait a second, you do not have a heading 8, and I want to use that one. Hey, no problem. Find the lowest right corner chevron and give it a click. A smallish box opened named Styles. Stretch the box to a larger size and scroll down until you see the alphabetic list showing the labels starting with heading. Find heading 8 and select it. Right side action arrow clicked, you will select Update Heading to match selection. Although your sample table heading had no special formatting, it just applied these headings to this Style 8 control. It works now because you have heading 8 appearing in your Home ribbon, Styles controller. It is now active, so you can access it from this position. Keep your cursor on this soon-to-be table heading and use the mouse to click on the Heading 8 Style controller, right-click, and select Modify. Hey, we have been here before, so now you select the font, its size, if it should be bold. We pull down the Format controller and select Numbering. The simple numbers will not do for our purposes. Select Define New Number Format. This takes you into a new applet controller. You can select the number style from the List pull-down box. On the Line with Number format, you see the grayish number at the start of the number list. Place your cursor on the leftmost position space. Now type the word Table, capital T. Put a space before the number. Alignment should be left. It should show an indent to this image. It looks good. Click OK. You have now made a numbered table insert into your heading. This has some superpowers embedded into it. MS Word will always keep track of the numbered paragraphs within this setting. If you insert another table with another title, and when you assign it heading 8, that table will be numbered consecutively to the next opening. Better than this, if you insert a new table between 5 and 6, the new table will be numbered Table 6, and the old one will be automatically moved to Table 7. Hey, that is only part of this magic, so I will bring us back to this again in a minute or two. Back to our Table 1 example, there is a little housekeeping to complete. Select the top 2 rows of the table to include the table heading row and the table column headers. With these two selected, right-click on the selection and see the drop-down menu to select Table Properties. A new applet opens with 5 tabs. Select Row tab. Under the Options selection, click on the Repeat as Header row at the top of each page. Click OK. Make it go away. As you continue to edit your document, adding text, other tables, or even a figure or two, your table might appear at a page break margin, splitting your table across 2 pages. But when you did that last entry, MS Word will allow that page break, but place the top 2 rows you selected at the top of the next page, where the table continues. I have made some tables that span many pages, and a header appears at the top of each page, because I use this table controller setting. That is super cool document mechanics. We take a peek into this again in a minute or two. Now we continue farther down into the document to see a Table 2 entry. It was formatted the same as Table 1, and it is one of those heading 8 paragraphs. We did that already, so you know how we got here. Do it again. Apply the style sheet heading 8. Select the top 2 rows and make the table settings to keep through a page break. Put lines horizontally above and below the table title and another below the column headings. I want you to know about some of MS Word's super simple mathematics you can enable in your Word table. Look at what happens when I select the text in the hectares column. It has a gray box around the number. This is an active text indicator. Make this happen by placing the cursor in the table cell. Navigate to the Layout ribbon in the Data Controller, find the Formula icon. Click it and the controller box opens to give you a sample command to do math within your document. Here it prompts you for sum above, meaning sum all the cells within the table located above the cell where your cursor is located. It can also sum left. The math commands are asterisk for multiply, plus and minus, or / for divide. I would like to convert the acres to the left into hectares. I do this with sum left times 0.40468564224. The number format tells the program how many significant digits to carry. I use the pound sign or number sign to show if you want a comma separating the hundreds and thousands, then zeros to show how many significant digits past the decimal you want. This will do it, so click OK and the command is entered as cell contents and it is doing the math on the fly. We can do one more word math command at the bottom of this column. Put your cursor in the total row, last column. With your mouse, go to the Layout ribbon, select the Data Controller, and select the Formula icon. It prompts you for a sum above times 100. The program recognizes the percent symbols in the column above, so it is game ready to show your answer as a percent. Click OK, and you get 100%. Wow! Hey, I wish life was always so fast and predictable. Alright, we need to light this candle and see it shine. Scroll through the document and verify all the tables have the Heading 8 style sheet applied to the headings. Click on the paragraph, see the Heading 8 controller in the Home ribbon, Styles Controller. When they are all confirmed, go to the top of the document where the table of contents is located. You will place your cursor in the paragraph where the list of tables was placed. Leave the cursor in this location. Open the References ribbon, far left to the Table of Contents Controller section. Pull down the Table of Contents icon action button. Select Custom Table of Contents. It is not real obvious, is it? On this page, make sure the hyperlink controls are turned off and click the Options button, lower right corner of the applet. You need to scroll through the list of styles embedded in this document. You want to find the heading 1, 2, and 3 names on the left side and see the numbers 1, 2, and 3 in the TOC level column. Delete these. Make it blank. A little below this you find heading 8. In the TOC level column, enter the number 1. That is now the only entry in this controller, and you click OK. Again, to the controlling applet box, click OK. It might prompt you to replace the existing table of contents. Answer no to this question. You want to retain your original TOC and just create a new list of tables. Click no, and your new list of table appears. It shows your titles, listed in order of table 1 through 7, and the right-aligned page numbers where they are found. Table 2 has a longish title and the table number does not align properly. Manually adjust the page location with a tab and all looks game ready. Hover your mouse over one of the page numbers, hold the Control keyboard key, and your cursor turns to a pointing finger. Hey, find table 7 and its page number. Click on it, and you are rocketed to that page in the document to review this table. That is super cool. If you make your PDF files correctly, they will embed this feature as well. Scroll down to the next page and see that Table 7 spans 2 pages. The table title and the column headers all appear at the top of each page. These are the settings we made to set the table with these controls. Look at that. It works. Do it every time and you will not be disappointed. We covered some strong MS Word enhancements to make your tables in your document stand out as being presented with great style. Remember, you need to discuss the table in your document before the table is presented. This gives respect for your readers to understand what the table means before it appears on the page. Some publication outlets will require all your tables to appear at the end of the document, after even your references are shown. You make the case through your written words. In this video, I showed you how to use heading 8 to control your table headings. In the next video, I will take these heading tools to apply to specific heading numbers used for figures. It uses the same principles, but has some additional features to consider. When I started this journey into MS Word document mechanics, there were no YouTube videos, or even web pages. We had 400-page user manuals, and I was the geek who read them each evening. Oh, what a party animal. Having YouTube videos to show you how to integrate these tools into your tool belt is an opportunity to make your life skyrocket forward. And you are doing it.